thought it was going to be, like 6, 7 or something. But unfortunately, of course, I started to do street meth in Memphis around third grade, so I didn't get to that level. But in third grade, I was probably the biggest kid in my class, and at least in the elementary school in Memphis, close to it. And so we played this game called, and if you're my age, the teachers would just write it like on the wall. The game was called Smear the Queer. And it was just a game where all you do is you just throw the football up in the air, and whoever catches it just runs for their life, and everybody runs after them. They get tackled, and they throw it up, and someone else catches it, and then they're the queer. We didn't even know what game. We were just kids. It was Smear the Queer. It was a fun. The teachers would write it on the chalkboard, like, we'll do a bathroom break at 10 o'clock. We'll do recess. We'll do Smear the Queer today. And then tomorrow we'll do hopscotch, something like that. But for whatever reason, I didn't like the way I was not winning the game of Smear the Queer. And this guy, I was friends with him. And it's funny because I keep in touch with him kind of in a weird way, just how we do through Facebook. He's a cop in Memphis. And I don't think he remembers this the way that I do. So it'll be funny if he chimes in when I post this. But so I had only really had experience in fighting my younger brother, and so I thought I could just beat up anybody or whatever. And this guy was a lot smaller than me, quite a bit smaller than me. So I was like, you know what? I don't even know why, but it was all me. I was the one pushing the button, saying, and of course we met, I don't know if it was the bike rack or whatever, the field after school. Let's meet, man. We're going to fight. And so all I had experience with was just going, I'm going to punch you to my brother because you're annoying me and there's nothing you can do about it. So anyway, it lasted very little. He had older brothers. I'd only had younger brothers, and it didn't take a long time before I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this bloody nose shit? And so, a couple of seconds, I'm thinking I'm just going to wrestle him to the ground. And he, kicks me in my balls and, hits me 3 times in my face before I even knew what the fuck was going on. And I'm on the ground, and he's just fucking wailing on me. And then he said something like, are you good? Are you good? And this is a third grade. That's pretty, I don't know. It's a very adult thing to do because usually, with that mentality, you're going to just keep wailing away. And I'm like, yes, I'm good. I'm good. Quit hitting me in my face. And this seems like this would be the funny part of the story, but no, it is long past. There's a lot of. So after that, oddly, my brother was there on his bike, of course, and rides home and tells my mother. I didn't know that. All I was doing was just trying to put my tail between my legs, go, what the hell am I going to do at school tomorrow? I just got the shit kicked out of me by a guy that's half my size and, whatever. And I'm walking home and I'm watching. I'd had a bloody nose like in sports, but I just never had someone just sock me in my nose before. And the amount of blood that can come out at a young age, you don't realize how much blood can come out of your nose if someone hits you there. And I had not had the life experience of knowing that amount. And it's just basically just a blood trail, like if you shot a deer and we're tracking it. And I'm just walking down the street, just watching my nose bleed and kind of pondering on. I'd almost gotten over the shame of getting my ass kicked in front of everyone that I'm going to have to face at school the next day. And blood's just gushing out. I'm like, well, that's a lot of blood. I wonder if that's medically dangerous. And then, of course, this very familiar station wagon pulls up next to me. It's familiar because it's my mom's station wagon. and my brother in the car. And she says, "Get in the car." And my mother was famous for basically clenching her teeth whenever she was mad. I think it was some kind of defense mechanism so she didn't say something wrong or whatever. "Get in the car." I always thought it was funny, like, no matter what you say, if you clench your teeth together when you say something, it just changes the whole meaning of whatever you're trying to say. But she meant it this way: "Get in the car." So I get in there and I just get in the back, and she's like, "Did you get into a fight?" and all this stuff. And I was like, "Just take me home, Mom." And it's like, "Where is he?" And I was like, "I don't know where he lives." And of course my brother's like, "He lives right around the corner. Right around there. Here's where he lives." I'm like, "Oh crap. Now we got to go to his house." And it was, I mean, it wasn't like he like beat me to a pulp. It was just, I lost the fight. And so my mom pulls up into the driveway and beats on the door. I'm sitting in the car, embarrassed. I mean, just my world was falling apart. And the dad comes to the door. I think it was the dad. And then she's like, "Do you know your son beat up my son and is bullying him or something?" I'm like, "Mom, God damn it, stop, please." I'm just wanting everything to end. And she just is so livid that her baby boy is being bullied by her son. So he's like, "Hold on, who is it? Is your son named Brett?" And then he's like, yeah, hold on a minute. And he goes, "Brett, we're not in the bad part of town, but we're not in the best part of town in Memphis. This is Bartlett." And none of us were like driving Rolls Royces or anything. He's like, "Brett, get over here." And he's like mad at him. I was like, got him by the back of the collar, like, "Come over here. I need to talk to you." And I'm just sitting from the station wagon, the standard, wood panel station wagon, yellow. And my mom's like, no, I need to, no, the one that beat my son. I'm like, "That's him." And she's just looking back at me going, "Wait a minute, hold on." And she just came kind of walking halfway back to the car. That's who beat you up?" And she just kept looking back at me and him. And it wasn't like he was any kind of like awkward. I was just bigger than him, and that's it. And she just kind of, I guess, pictured me as never losing in some sort of fight. And then she just goes, "Okay, never mind." She gets in the car, and I'm just like, "Oh, God damn it, this sucks." And my nose is still bleeding and all this shit. And it felt like he was in trouble, and she was like, it went from, "He is picking on my son." I think she was expecting some kind of like Robert Horry, 6'10" black guy, that knew karate or something. It's just normal kid, normal third grade size kid. So then we get home and she's like, okay, we're going to have to fix this. I was like, "No, Mom, we don't have to fix anything, except I just don't smart off unless I know what the hell I'm doing." And he probably had 2 or 3 older brothers that he learned just fine on how to handle himself with. And I only had it's just all it was. I just got my ass kicked. And so then it wouldn't end. So I go home and I'm upstairs. My nose finally stops bleeding. And I hear my mom talk to my dad when he gets home, and he says, "Hey, what's going on? Your son, you need to talk to him." And that's all she would tell him. Of course, there's nothing better than to hear that when you get home from a long day at work. And so he comes up, he goes, "What's going on?" And I tell him I lost, and he's like, "Well, that happens. And, it probably won't be the last fight you lose, but, just don't be a pansy." And then he goes back downstairs, and my mom convinces him. She's like, "No, you need to show him some stuff." So my dad fucking comes back upstairs. He doesn't want to do this. And he's like, "All right, we're going to the garage." And he is teaching me fighting techniques And I'm just like, I don't want any fighting techniques. I just want this day to fucking end. Can we? And he's like, okay, you always got to throw the first punch. Always throw the first punch. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm done. And he's like, first you hit him there, and then you hit him in the nose, and people freak out when their nose starts bleeding. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm literally 5 minutes from just getting my nose to stop bleeding for the day. And so I have to go through all that embarrassment, and then everyone's like, the whole household's just like, Trey, poor Trey. I'm like, no, not poor Trey. I'm fine. Y'all just shut the fuck up and leave me alone. And this, the shame in my mom's face was awesome. Just like, wait a minute. Hold on. No, I need your other son. No, the one that beat my son up. And Brett was like, no, it was me. So then the day that would never end finally ended. And I knew I had to face my third grade classmates the next day. And again, if Brett may listen to this, and he doesn't know my side of just the shame of this. And so I go in the next day, and everyone's being cool. No one's really fucking with me too much. But I mean, I've got my face is kind of fucked up, and everyone was there, saw it. And it was me who was like, fuck you, we're going to fucking fight and all this stuff. And he's like, okay. So then I'm sitting there. I get there early with my head kind of waiting for the bell to ring. And, of course, Brett Giannini comes walking in. I'm sitting there going, fuck. Could this get more embarrassing? And it was around Christmas time. And he just comes over. And you could tell his dad had yelled at him for, like, bullying me or something. And he comes to my desk in front of everyone, like, as if he was under marching orders, and just said he had a pack of candy canes, and he puts them on my desk. I'm like, please don't. I just want to just let the bell ring and we get to school, get started with class. And he goes, I'm really sorry that I beat you up, and I know something like, I know these candy canes doesn't undo what I did, but I truly apologize, or something like very official that his dad said, make sure you say this. And then I was just sitting there going, God